Greetings, everyone. DFG, Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, I ran across a video earlier this morning, and I thought I would share it. And my reason for sharing it is the fact that I want white America, and any of you guys, if you happen to have, friends or associates or people in your inner circle who are Caucasian or other than Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, African Americans, black people. Maybe you want to share this video with them as well. And I'm going to give you a little backstory on why I'm saying this. For far too long and quite too often, we have seen video after video of bigoted, white supremacists attacking people of color. Hebrew Israelites, again. I know you don't want to hear me keep on saying that over and over. So just bear with me. When you hear me say people of color or Negro, or I hate that term African American, because that's two white men and none of us are white. So I don't know how the hell we get African American. Sorry, I digress. But just understand, I'm talking about Hebrew Israelites, the tribe of Judah, okay? Those of us who are here on, in America, formerly called Turtle Island, okay? But anyway, for far too often, we have seen video after video with, white aggression towards our people. We've seen them attacking young students. We see the University of Connecticut calling the students nigger. I don't know if you guys heard about that just recently. This is up in New England. You follow? We've seen situations, where that, we see females getting attacked by police officers, little children, little girls getting pushed down, by police officers. We saw in Arizona, if you guys remember, in Phoenix, where a 1-year-old takes a doll out of the Dollar General store and the police threatened to blow her father's head off behind it. I mean, over and over. And we don't need to talk about our sister, Atiana, as well as, well, Bolton John is not our brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not claiming anybody from St. Lucia, because even though I know we got some coons in the family, that kind of coonery, I'm sorry the brother lost his life, but I'm not claiming them. But I'm sure if his color was anything other than this color, or the similitude of this color, he very possibly will be still alive today. And I say that because this video that I'm going to show you, it's about, 30 seconds long. But this video is a clear message to all of those, whites out there who want to take liberties and attack, black men and black women under the guise that these are their parents' children. You're in for a rude awakening, because that day is past. We as a people are not trained, nor should we ever take an aggressive position or put our hands on anybody without cause. Our brother Malcolm told us that a long time ago. But he also told us if anybody put their hands on you, to do your best to send them to the cemetery. Now, the video I'm going to show you, again, that I don't think this message is resonating well in the so-called white supremacist communities. And maybe it is. Maybe this is why they have now becoming emboldened, some of them, because of what they've seen by many of our people as or perceived of many of us as being passive, because of all this forgiveness. I forgive you. You killed my whole family, but I forgive you. You shot my brother, but I want to give you a hug. I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? It goes on and on. We've heard of it. Shooting them down the back. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. When the scripture clearly was telling us to forgive each other, the very group that we tend to not pardon or act in forgiveness towards. Talking about inside of the tribes of Israel. Okay? We tend not to practice that among ourselves, but we more than willing, are happy to practice with those who intentionally attack us or kill us for no other reason but for who we are or the color of our skin. And I had someone on in one of the comment sections on one of my previous videos talking about it. everything is not about race. And I told him, I said, well, in America it is. How could it not be in America when this country was the foundation of this country was built on racism, chattel slavery? This system of government, this system of anything, this whole operational mechanism, this nation of laws or whatever we want to call them, which we had to get additional laws for those laws to apply to us, but it's not about race or it's not about racism. So I like to challenge that person. Well, what was the 13th, 14th, and 15th Bill of Rights amendments were for? If it wasn't about race, we wouldn't have needed a 13th, 14th, and 15th amendment. It wouldn't have needed a 1965, Civil Rights Act and a 1966, I believe, Voting Rights Act. That's a 100-year gap that I just said, by the way. But see, that's the self-deception that they choose to believe so they don't have to deal with the wickedness that's in their hearts. Because instead of them trying to chastise us about, everything is not about race, maybe they ought to go talk to their uncles, their aunts, their brothers, their sisters, their neighbors, and challenge them about their bigoted behavior. Because if they didn't practice it, then we wouldn't have to be talking about it. How about that? I think that's simple enough. But the day has come. And and I want to say this clearly. The day has come. And this is why I'm asking you to share the video if you have, any, family members, not family members, but, well, you might. But if you have friends, neighbors who just so happen to be white, even if they're not bigoted or prejudiced, maybe you need to pass this video along so they understand clearly that, we are not going to allow you to put your hands on us without retaliation. We're not in the forgiveness business. At least some of us aren't. You might go leave them Christians alone this time. But we're not in the forgiveness business. Not most of us. We're not in the forgiveness business. Now, we will express and demonstrate respect and be cordial and even thanksgivings towards you if you're doing what's right towards us. But if you come at us aggressively, please understand that you should expect us to respond in the most aggressive, hostile, violent way possible. But that's only if you put your hands on us unjustly. All right? But I want you to check this video out. It's quick. And I'm going to have a couple of little last minutes. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you a little quick commentary, and then we'll be done. Okay, guys? Here we go. Watch this. Uh-oh. How about that? How about that? And I don't know if you noticed, but that black man did not put his hands on her first. She put her hands on him. And when she put his hands on him, then he put his hands back on her. Again, am I advocating violence or hitting a female? No. But you've heard, if you followed this channel for any length of time, you've heard me say many, many times before, male or female, if a female doesn't have enough sense to put her hands on a male, then that male needs to put her in check to make sure she understands not to do that a second time. And any man that will put his hands on a female, I don't know what to say for no reason. And there's a very few reasons for a man to put his hands on a female, I might add. And only in self-defense. Self-defense. And self-defense is not, if your life is on the line. That's not what I mean. I mean, if you put your hands on him or you put your hands on a person, then you should expect that person to put their hands back on you. In other words, you give, you get. And then you see the situation with the black lady, and you saw the white female. If you notice, she kicked that woman. And what that woman did was politely took off her shoes and gave her an ass whipping that I know she'll remember for a long time before she decides to just go kick another black woman. Because my question is, where did that arrogancy come from? I don't know if they're watching the wrong kind of movies. Maybe they've seen too many episodes of, 12 Years a Slave, or, or maybe they've seen, too many Birth of a Nations, or the County of Jones, or something. Roots. I don't know what the hell they're looking at. But this is not then. This is not then. And that's what they need to realize. And I would say that all of our people, again, we need to be peaceful. We need to be cordial. We need to show ourselves to be honorable. But we also need to make sure these people clearly understand that we've seen the Asians attack our people. Remember those Asian men attack those women in the nail salon? And remember those Arab men attack those women, at the gas station? See, this is a learned behavior. This is a learned behavior that now all of a sudden, people of color are supposed to be, the whipping sticks of the world, the whipping pole. But they're going to find out that you saw what you just saw. And you know what? All I can say is, if she didn't want to get back slapped, then she shouldn't have put her hands on him. And if the other one didn't want to get her ass whooped, she shouldn't have kicked the woman. So again, maybe they're watching too much television, guys. I don't know. But I think somebody better tell them something, because there's a lot of us out here, young and so-called old, that ain't gonna put up with no shit like that. Excuse me, the language, because I promised myself I'm gonna tone that part of my messages down. But I just want to make sure it's clear, and I just wanted to share that video with you. Hopefully you'll share that, with others, and again, not advocating violence, but I am 100% advocating do unto others as you have them do unto you. Thanks for listening, guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. DFG. Bye now.